I'm on the prayer and evangelism team, and so we wanted to go out and invite people from the neighborhood to just come to the event. And so we started going out and going door to door. I finally got to this one house, and this elderly woman came out. We just invited them and asked to pray over them. We started praying over them, and this lady just started crying and kind of weeping, like there was some sorrow. And so we finished praying and left. And we did the event back at the church, but just kind of felt like we weren't done there yet. There was something left there to do at that house. And so this grandmother didn't want anything to do with them, kind of broken off ties with all that portion of the family. And come to find out that he had heart surgery was what the main issue was. But then he was also struggling with depression. And we came back with a couple of the family members, and he was up, and we just asked if we could pray for him. God just completely came in the moment and just brought peace to his heart. One of the other members was able to speak to him in Spanish and actually lead him to the Lord. And actually, him and his sister both came to the Lord in that moment. She prayed with him, and they're both just weeping. And now the family was like, there was a sense of unity there, like love had come back into the relationship.
So we decided to walk around just to invite people for the service, for them to bring the kids. And as we were walking to this home, this man that we talked before we got to the house, he told us not to go to the house because there was this lady who was paralyzed and was sick. My heart was just troubling me, and I was hearing this voice in my mind, and it was saying, you need to go back. So I told the prayer team that what I felt in my heart, and so we went back, and we walked in, and the lady was surprised to see the group come in, and we just spoke to her, and she felt really a lot of happiness because none of her brothers, none of her family ever visits her. She was already laying in her bed, and she was just staring up to the ceiling. So we just started to pray for strength in her legs because she couldn't walk her right side at all. So as we were praying for healings and for God to give her strength, she started to move her legs. So we asked her if she knew Jesus Christ, and she said no. So we got Pastor Jose to come down with us, and he started praying for her. And so Jose asked her if she wanted to receive Christ, and she said she could hardly speak, and she said yes. So she received Jesus Christ, and that was a victory to God.
On the last day that we were doing ministry, I met this little girl. Her name was Ashley, and she was basically attached to Beverly the whole time, but she really stood out to me because she was so serious and her expression was so blank and depressed, and so she wouldn't speak. You know, the most that I could get from her was like a really slight nod or a really slight shake of her head. And the senior pastor said that the little girl's mom had called him about 3 weeks earlier with a rope around her neck because she was ready to kill herself. We definitely were like, okay, this family needs some prayer. And we have the ministry time, the prayer time, and me and Jeffrey and Parker came and prayed over her and one of her older sisters. And then, you know, I had to go and serve food and everything. And by the time I was done serving the food and everybody had been eating, I look over and there's Beverly with the same little girl, but she was so different because she had the biggest smile on her face. She was laughing, she was just running around, and I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? The difference that it makes, even being just, you know, half a day here with her, but Beverly pouring out all her love on her, and, you know, people praying over her and giving her something to eat, and it just completely transformed her.